Welcome to the Cruise Retreat podcast. My name is Rita M. Perez, and I'm a triple certified travel advisor. But more importantly, I coordinate all the logistics to bring your online community offline through world travel. If you've been yearning to put together a group trip, but overwhelmed with all the details that come with planning, I and this podcast are here to help. Ready to transform lives on the open waters of the world? Let's get started. Hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. Rita here. I am so very excited to bring a new topic to you weekly. And today's topic is something that makes me very excited, especially knowing that retreats are going to be happening soon. Again, and that is, what should you really include in your retreat agenda? And if you've been following me for a little bit, you know that I have a 5-part retreat planning framework that starts with cruise and ends with Captivate. And right before Captivate, we have something called curriculum, or the agenda for your next retreat. So I'm actually going to go through one of the agendas that one of the clients that I work with has. It's a very, at least, or something very similar to, and this is for if you're bringing your team with you. Now, I feel like you can get ideas if it's not just your team, or if it's not your team, if you're bringing in people that are just going to be sailing with you. So this could be people part of your membership, people who are part of your group coaching program, people who have purchased a course from you before. And so starting off, and this is going to be, I'm setting the stage. It's going to be a 4-night, we're sailing on the Caribbean, out of Tampa, going to Cozumel. And this is one of the itineraries that I talked about last week. So if you know, there's going to be 2 days at sea and then 1 day in port. So as you are heading off, you've come to Tampa, you're on the ship, you're having a lot of fun, you want to have a welcome session for everyone. And the welcome session can be just a few hours, maybe just an hour. This can be like a cocktail session. This can be something that sets the stage really for what your retreat is all about. You can do a little bit of ice breaking, or you can just do like maybe a mini even keynote speech or whatever the like is. It's really setting the stage for what the rest of your retreat program is going to be about. And it should be a lot of fun because you want to make sure that people are having a lot of fun. After that, people usually go to dinner, and we have to recognize who your attendees are and base off who your attendees are on the timing of certain things, because with this particular client, they're okay to eat a little bit later. So we set them on late dining. But if your clientele likes to eat a little bit earlier, you may want to flip-flop that, meaning that they're going to be doing a mealtime first, and then there's going to be some sort of welcome session. Or maybe you just want to do a cocktail hour and then you do some like really sort of quick welcome session or get to know you or some sort of session like that. And then you really get started. And that's really what day 1 is all about. Day 1 is typically a very light, get to know you, setting the stage day. And then we have day 2. Day 2 is our day at sea. And if you are definitely having a program, this is the day that you have your programming. So if you're leading a team, this can be like your keynote speech, something that's very inspiring to get everybody motivated for what they're about to learn. You don't want it to be like too heavy and too like tangible information. It's really about motivation. And one of my favorite locations for this is at the theater, because after that is completed, you want to head out into breakout sessions or workshop sessions. And that's where the meat of everything is. So everybody goes to breakfast, they come together at a keynote session, and then it's time to get the work done. So whatever it is for this particular company bringing on their team, they're talking about a lot of updates that are going on with the company. They're talking about different things that are going on with the teams, because the teams will even break out. So like you have engineering teams, you have the marketing HR teams, you have the client experience teams that are all being broken out into different sessions, and the team leaders are providing them new updates on things that are going on. So that's something that can happen. If you are a coach kind of bringing people who are following you, maybe this is a continuation of a program. Again, like I had mentioned in a couple other sessions prior, this could be the kickoff of an event of a program. This could be the conclusion. So maybe you're not even teaching that much. This could be, maybe you're doing a graduation session because everybody has completed your program. But if this is really its own individual program, the retreat is its own individual program, you want to think about breakout sessions. You want to think, are you going to have any other speakers helping you out, or are you going to be the one person show? And that is how we coordinate, because maybe if you have a small enough group, you just need a small enough lounge. Maybe you have two different groups and one group gets this training with this person and one group gets training with this other person. So that's really what I would say your C days are for, mornings, afternoons, because a lot of like the really fun stuff on cruise ships happen in the evening, specifically when we're talking about ocean cruise ships. There's a lot of entertainment, there's different activities that are happening. So you want to get everything done in the morning too. So that is what a day at sea can look like. And then we have the really fun day in port. So when people are in port, you have a couple of different options. With my corporate team client, they do some training in the beginning. This is what we've done in the past. Recently though, because we're on 4 nights instead of 3, and that's what I'm saying, there are so many different factors to be aware of, and that's why you work with a professional like myself to kind of help guide you through this process. Because maybe you don't want to do anything on your port day, and that's, if I see the beautiful beach is over there and I want to go to the beach, I would rather go to the beach and not just look at it from the cruise ship. So it depends. Maybe you just want to do one quick 1 or 2 hour session and then let everybody go. Or maybe, port days are perfect. You're already going to have the bond started because you've done different activities together. Maybe you've gone to a show all together as a group on board. But port days are really nice because you get to go exploring and have that real travel essence, that bonding part happening. And this could be everybody goes on the same excursion. Maybe people break out into smaller excursion groups, or maybe you even have like a private exclusive excursion happening just for your group. And let me give you some tidbits about Cozumel, because there's so many things to do in Cozumel, which is why it's one of my favorite ports. If you didn't know, there is an island off of Cozumel called Passion Island that I've been to before. And it is rumored, because everywhere in Mexico is rumored, to be the place where they film the Corona commercials. And so they have told us, like, this was years ago when I had gone, but it is a very beautiful, pretty exclusive beach experience where you get some Mexican lunch in you. They have hammocks and you can just lounge around, and it's just a perfect beach day. They also have this area called Chankana Beach Park. Or is it beach park? Well, Chankana. And they have lots of different things in there. So if you wanted to do some swimming with the dolphins, they have gorgeous snorkeling there. So if your group is a little bit more active, that is definitely something to take a look at. And I have even done tequila tasting. And I think that's like really embracing the culture of where you're in is one of the favorite things that I love to do when you are traveling wherever it is. And so when you're in Mexico, like tequila tastings, you can even do salsa making and salsa dancing. So there is something for everybody there in Cozumel, which is why I love visiting the port so much. Maybe some of your group doesn't want to go out into port. Maybe they just want to stay, nap. Maybe they have learned so much in your first day at sea session that they really need the time to decompress and break down the different ideas that you've presented to them. So they want to stay ashore. Maybe they want to stay ashore collaborating with other people that are with you. I'm trying to think what else, because, and that's the thing, like, everything is so unique. Like, you don't have to be doing just one thing, and your group doesn't have to be doing just one thing. And that's what I would encourage also, is that you give your group the freedom to be in learning mode, but freedom to be in downtime mode so that they can marinate on these different ideas, but also start collaborating with other people, because that, like, if we're looking at this like really strategically, that only helps you as the business owner or the team leader strengthen the community that you're building, strengthen the bond amongst the people that you have brought with you, because they're able to do these things, and they're able to do these things in person. Because it is one thing to be able to formulate the bonds online like we are here, but it is a total different thing. And it's more, I cannot tell you all how life-changing it was when I sailed last July on a river cruise with a business coach. And not only just with the business coach, I think even more so was that there was the community of like-minded entrepreneurs who were wanting to do similar things, in the sense like we wanted to grow our business and we wanted to improve our marketing efforts. And when you have that community, like, you've already formulated the community, but looking back on this, me looking at the business coach, I am forever grateful for her being able to provide such an opportunity. And like, I'm trying not to like get so emotional about this, because I don't think I can correctly formulate the words that opportunity has given me. It's increased my confidence. I know so many more amazing individuals in my industry that I can go to. Somebody that I had been connected with, but not too closely connected with. We like talk almost on a daily basis now because of that trip. There are just so many different like spider webs and different angles that happen because of this trip. And that's why I want to put the emphasis on making sure that you leave space for the downtime so that these connections can be built. Because again, it does all center around you, the retreat leader, being able to provide this opportunity for people. Like I previously said before, people may not go, and I'm guilty of this, people may not want to, they might have a bucket list destination that they want to visit, but they will put themselves last, or they'll put that idea last because there are other things that they need to accomplish, especially for people who are entrepreneurs or wanting to get further in their life, personally, professionally. But if somebody that they follow, specifically a team leader, coach, community leader, says, hey, I'm going on this trip, and not only am I going on this trip, I'm going to be doing a little bit of teaching. We're going to expand on XYZ concept. I have never signed up so fast on a different program, and that's what can be a possibility for you also. Because I know there's sometimes like a fear. Are people really gonna attend these types of things that I put together for them? And so that is like a long-winded tangent, but I hope you understand like that there needs to be more than just teaching. And even if you just wanted to get away with a group of people that you know to do some networking, bounce off ideas, maybe do some masterminding, that is okay too. You don't have to be straight teaching. This can be like, hey, we've booked the conference room. You can go in from like 9 to noon and go ahead and do whatever think tanks or however you want it to have. It could also be just even co-working sessions. We are all definitely tired of being at home in the same area. And I always call it the four, and I do, like you can see 4-page walls of wherever you're at. And this is the same if you're in like a hotel ballroom or a conference center on land. It is nice just to get out and mingle with other people. So if you give me the opportunity to do that, and also where I can have dedicated time to focus on something, sold. I am there. So those are tons of different ideas that you can do for your port day if you either want to explore the land or even just stay on the ship and be on the ship taking in everything, or maybe you just need a nap from everybody because of all the amazingness that just happened on a day at sea. Then your next day at sea, so this is going to be day 3, you can do same thing as you did on your first day at sea, but I've also given you a couple other ideas. Maybe also, because I know for any retreat runner, it's usually something, it's a money-making program for you as the team leader or as the retreat runner if you're a coach or a business owner. But maybe you don't want to be making money. And I say this because maybe you want this program to be something where you can donate the proceeds to someone else, to an organization or a charity that's very close and near and dear to your heart, that is developing somebody or another group of people. And I say that because I have put groups together where that has been the primary focus, and they've done like fashion shows on their day at sea. Like there was a sock fashion show that we had that was a lot of fun. And so these are the different types of events that you can put on your days at sea also. I also want to mention this because if people want one-on-one time with you, that might be something that they can purchase, and you can donate the proceeds to someone else, to whatever organization or whoever is in need or whatnot. Or maybe you have a scholarship program for your coach or your membership or however it be, and that's how you raise funds every year. So these are, and I would pay one-on-one to get one-on-one to an expert that I have been dying to learn more from, who can give me support on my individual business. Heck yeah, I would sign up for that. And not only that, knowing that the money will be donated to a great cause, it's even better. So it doesn't all have to be education based. There's a lot of things that you can do to have fun while you're retreating. Also, because this is day 3-ish, this is kind of like your last day. So I would do some sort of wrap up session or a thank you session for people that have attended this program with you. And and this can be just like maybe you do a little speech at dinner, or maybe you take everybody to one of the specialty restaurants if it's a large ocean ship. There's tons of different venues, but I would do some sort of wrap up so that you can tie it in a bow. So it's kind of weird because one of the recent programs that I have attended, it's a great build up, and then certain situations happened and there was no closing thing. So it didn't feel like everything was wrapped up in a tiny bow. So you want to make sure that people feel complete at the end of your program as well, so that when they start heading back home on the next day, they feel great. They've gotten the knowledge. They've got like this bonding experience. They've met new people that they want to possibly collaborate with in the future. And even like if we're talking about your team, ideas have been forged to help the business out, and they're able to go home on their travel day, take some of those notes and start collaborating with people they may not have met, because usually if you're putting some sort of in-person program together, it's probably because they don't have, like, a lot of companies now have gone virtual, so maybe people haven't even met the people from the different departments in your company. But on a regular basis, when I was working in the theme park industry, I didn't work on a regular basis like with sales and marketing, because I was more labor and financials. So being able to commingle the different departments within your organization is a lot of fun too. So I think I have, per usual, you know me, word vomited a lot of information on the different things that you can include in your retreat agenda. So let me know, what did you think? Was there an idea that you were like, yes, I really love this idea for whenever I put my program together? Or maybe it spurred out a different idea. Like maybe I don't want to do a fashion show to raise money, but maybe I want to do a walkathon on the top deck or whatnot, whatever it be. Let me know, comment below, shoot me an email. If you are interested in seeing how this retreat can work for you, or cruises on retreat can work for you, I do have a calendar that I put together. It is a planning calendar. It is geared more to small business owners, but that's at ritaventures.net//calendar. And you can head over to get your freebie. And then that is it. That is it for this week. Like I have mentioned, I may be coming on a little bit more frequently. Just there's a couple things on the personal end, so I'm thinking about getting more of these lives out to you sooner than later. But I hope you have enjoyed. Have a wonderful Wednesday, wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me on the Cruise Retreat podcast. Please subscribe and leave the show a rating so more team and community leaders like yourself can get access to these episodes. See you next week.